Hi everyone, in today's video I'm going to share with you my recent discovery of the aerosol version of Zinsser B-I-N Primer Sealer Stain Killer. I should just point out I'm not being sponsored or paid in any way to produce this video today. I picked up this product several months ago from a DIY store for a painting project we had for the day job and only started using it relatively recently. Now, we've all had those I wish I'd known about this earlier moments. One of those recently was when I discovered the applicator gun that fits onto expanding foam canisters. But I've had another one now with this aerosol spray. I've done a couple of videos in the past on priming wood, particularly MDF, and I've made no secret recently of how much I love this Zinsser B-I-N. And why do I like this? Well, basically because it does so much. It's an interior primer and exterior spot primer. It's a stain and knot sealer, it dries in 10 minutes and it's recoatable in 45 minutes. And that's why I really love this stuff, because if you've got a lot of painting to do, say over the weekend, you can have 2 coats of this on within 2 hours and the whole job primed and sealed and finished within a day. But the issue with any painting is the faff of cleaning paintbrushes and rollers, which I absolutely hate. And it's particularly so with this, being a shellac-based paint, you have to use methylated spirits to clean the paintbrushes. So that is where this aerosol really comes into its own. Most of us DIYs are not going to own our own paint spray kit. So we're generally not even going to think about paint spraying when we've got a job to do. But this stuff is fantastic, particularly for smaller projects, as I discovered recently when I was on site in my day job having to paint some small blocks of wood. It was at that point I brought this out and discovered what a fantastic little product this is. So earlier on this week I had some battens to prime for a tricky window that we were putting curtains up in, and I have to apologise for the creaking floorboards in the next clip. They're all going as part of the refurbishment of this room. The great thing about this is it's dry in a matter of minutes. It says it's repaintable in 30 minutes. I've actually repainted it even quicker than that, depending on how warm the conditions are. But it just means that if you've got a few jobs to do, you can just get on with them. And in the space of half a day pretty much, you can have 3 coats of this on your pieces of wood and a top coat, which would be unheard of with your standard wood primer. So coat number 2. And of course it goes without saying that you don't get any brush strokes. Now the eagle-eyed amongst you would probably notice and be quite critical of the fact that I was applying it quite thickly in places in that clip. Obviously, I'm not the greatest expert with this stuff, but it is forgiving enough for that not to matter, because it's such a thin consistency, it sinks into the wood really quickly. And I think this would be the most fantastic way to treat MDF edges, on which I've done various videos on in the past, but at which time I wasn't aware of this stuff. Partly because it dries so quickly, you could get 4 or 5 coats of this on in the amount of time it takes for one normal coat of MDF primer to dry. See, literally while I'm filming this clip, that is already almost touch dry. And then a quick spray upside down and it's ready for use next time you need it. I should just point out, in this handy little book that I picked up somewhere once, for MDF, Zinsser do talk about using the Bullseye 123 primer sealer and then Zinsser Perma White interior matte, satin or semi-gloss as a top coat. But I've got to say, that's water-based. I prefer B-I-N because it's shellac-based, and I've had fantastic results on all the MDF that I've painted with it. So price-wise, at a typical UK retailer, you're looking at £17.99 for a 1 litre tin of the product, whereas for a 400ml aerosol, it's about £9.99. So extrapolating that to a litre, if my maths is correct, you're looking at about £25, just under £25. So it does edge the tin version on price, but arguably, because you're not having to clean paintbrushes and buy methylated spirits, I would say it's well worth paying that little bit extra to buy the aerosol version. And interestingly, because it's so thin, it goes a long way. I've been doing quite a lot of painting with this can in the last few weeks, and it still feels pretty full. So I hope you found today's video useful, just throwing out to you in a short video something that may not have been on your radar, as it wasn't mine until recently. As ever, I'll post links in the description below the video where you can buy this product. Remember, if you're viewing this video on a phone, click on the little arrow to the right of the title, or on the computer, click on the Show More button to access the description. If you've liked this video, it'd be great if you could click on the like button below. And as I always say, my subscribers are just so valuable to me, so if you are new to my channel, it'd be great if you could subscribe, and you can do that by clicking on the link here.